I'm Steven Torbeck. I'm a field consultant with the Motz Group, and welcome to our field side chat. Today I'm joined by Jan Wilking, the Athletic Director and Business Manager at Wyoming City Schools. Tell us a little bit more about where we are today.
Sure. Well, you're in the Wyoming Champion Center, the Dr. Dan Jones Family Champion Center on the campus of Wyoming High School in the city of Wyoming. We're just north of Cincinnati, about 10 miles north of downtown Cincinnati. Wyoming is a 2.6 mile community of people who are wonderful supporters of public education.
Tell me a little bit more about how this whole project came to be.
Well, it really came from a lot of conversations from coaches about what we need to make sure that we're servicing our student athletes in the best way possible. And when you look around Wyoming, certainly the thing that you'll notice is it's very landlocked. There's not a lot of extra space to build anything. And when we look specifically at our campus, for sure there's no room to build anything except this spot that was between our softball and our baseball field. And so when we thought, what could we possibly put there that would impact not just one or two programs, but really all of our programs, we started with a little bit different design, but certainly this is where we ended up, and we did it with a lot of input, again, from the coaches who are going to use it seemingly every day.
What type of aspects or performance characteristics were you looking for?
Sure. So we have Motz 24/7 product out on our stadium field, and really what we wanted was consistency. So how could we be having soccer practice out on the field, lightning rolls in, and we have to leave the field and come in here and not lose any a change in turf, a change in really space. And so that was the biggest thing, is how can we make it consistent? But then you look at other things like durability. We don't want to be replacing this in 5 years. And there was a lot of unknowns going into this. There's not a lot of schools that have an indoor facility, and so we were unsure as to what some of those pitfalls would be. When you have so many different things happening on the same space, some of them designed to happen, some of them not. And so we wanted a partner in it, and certainly Motz has been a great partner for us on our outdoor facilities, and so that made the most sense for us.
So the product that we have here is our 24/7 slit film. It's a 2¼ inch tall, 44-ounce fiber. As you mentioned, it matches the same synthetic turf that you have on your football field. The reason why that works really well in an indoor setting is because slit film is kind of the workhorse fiber in the industry, and 44 ounces is a nice hardy turf that's going to hold up really well to a lot of foot traffic. So talk to me a little bit more about the type of foot traffic you'll see in here and why it was important to have this type of turf.
Absolutely. So the type of foot traffic, I would say, is a lot. We have different groups in and out every 2 hours, it feels like. And they're doing traditional things that you would do on a field. So they're playing soccer, they're playing lacrosse, they're playing football. But we also have been able to have some non-traditional field things happen, especially in our COVID environment. I mean, we've set up chairs and had a cross-country banquet socially distant. And so you're able to do those kind of non-traditional things on the turf because it is so versatile. And really going into this, again, there's not a lot of places that you can go visit that have this type of facility. And so there was a lot of unknowns. There was a lot of, well, gosh, do you think we could do that on the turf? Because we wouldn't typically do that outside. And so it's been a good, again, partnership to know when the installers left, they were very specific about do this, don't do this. And so that's been extremely helpful for us.
Very good. I know your relationship with the Motz Group goes back on several different surfaces. So tell me a little bit more about what that relationship has looked like and maybe what goes into partner selection for yourself and for Wyoming schools.
So we have lots of partners, like all school districts. I mean, you have certainly partnerships for all different types of products and services that you use. What specifically I look for is, it's easy to be a great partner when things are glorious. When you put, this beautiful product in this beautiful facility and you walk out the door, everybody comes in and, oh, it's beautiful, etc. But I look for the type of partner that when I call on a Tuesday morning and say I have a spot on my field that I'm a little uncomfortable having a soccer game on, that somebody's there on Tuesday afternoon to address that problem in a way that allows us to continue to play, because that's, I mean, we're in the business of participating in extracurricular athletics, right? So anybody who can help do that certainly is a very valuable partner. And we're very fortunate at Wyoming to have those partnerships, whether it be, you know, with Beacon and Christ Hospital and the Motz Group and several others, that when things aren't great, it's not a, well, best of luck to you, hope it all works out for you. It's how can we help in a way that allows you to continue to do your core business. So those are the things that we look for, and you know, absolutely, I feel like, you know, Motz has delivered on those things.
Very good. So obviously a project like this, it takes a lot of minds, a lot of effort from a lot of various groups. Tell me a little bit more about some of those folks and some of those team members that really help make this a reality.
It truly was a team effort. We had a committee of people very dedicated to making sure that this project is a reality. And it morphed itself as we went through. At one point we talked about, do we make a bubble similar to what a local college might have, or is this the right place for it on campus? And so really those core committee people assisted with the vision of it. But then, like all things, the price tag it's a big nut to crack. And so really the generosity of many people, but certainly the few lead gifts that made this reality, without their generosity and ability to see this as a true, see the vision become a reality, this doesn't happen. And so I was amazed when we did the solicitation part, how many generous people who don't live within our community anymore, or maybe never did, just had ties to Wyoming, whether they're an alum or just a supporter of the programs, gave so generously. I mean, it was very overwhelming to see. The whole building is privately funded, and so to be able to do that in a short amount of time really speaks to people's passion about Wyoming athletics.